Hello, it's David Poole here from the Advisor Business School, and today we are going to be talking about digital marketing strategies for financial advisors. And in a moment, I'm going to introduce you to the founder of the Advisor Business School, my very good friend, Mr. Rob Yates. But before I do that, there are a couple of things that I want to really bring to your attention today. Absolutely important things that you haven't thought about before when it comes to digital marketing strategies. And that is volume, consistency, and commitment. So what we're going to be talking today is about how to get results and results fast. So let me pass you over to Rob.
Hey there, so my name is Rob. I founded the Advisor Business School in 2016, and we've been growing advisors' incomes by 200 to 400% or more consistently by using some of these strategies I'm going to talk about right now. But before we get into the strategies, I want to say one thing. Anything you do in digital marketing, social marketing world is about volume and commitment to that volume, right? We have to get out there and put enough stuff in front of people on a daily basis so that our clients actually get to see it. There's billions of minutes of video put up on YouTube every single day. One video a week is not enough. One blog a week is not enough. And it doesn't matter which one of these strategies that David starts sharing with you in a second, you've got to do more if you want to get the results.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Rob. I mean, what we're really talking about here is control and how much control we have. So the way that I split down marketing strategies, whether they're digital or not, is either proactive or reactive. And actually, Rob, this video is what? What would you say this video is?
Well, so this video is reactive. We're doing something, we're sticking it up online on YouTube, and we hope that one day a financial advisor will stumble across it, watch it, like it, and want to reach out to us and say, can you help me with that for my business, or what's the Advisor Business School, or whatever else. But it's to put it out there and wait, which means we're waiting for the client to react to what we put out there.
Brilliant. So I just want to talk about two of the most common reactive strategies that we're told to have. And they link together: website and search engine optimization. Now, with your website, Rob, there's a whole load of problems that come with it. And for me, websites don't come now, they can come later. We can stick a one-page wonder up if we want to, but let's just get name, photo, details on there, nothing else, and get it done out in 2 hours. Because a really good website, Rob, that's going to work where you want to send people to it, needs to be written by a copywriter. And there's loads of different things that we need to learn about copywriting when it comes to websites. Isn't that right?
It is. But also everything we're going to talk about today in terms of how to use the digital world, you've got to stand out and be different. If I go and look at finance, and I see thousands of financial advisors every year, if I go and look at their websites, if I go and look at their YouTube, their LinkedIn, it all says the same thing. Everybody says they're a professional. They list their qualifications. They state the same problem that they solve for everybody else. And so if you're the customer, you look at 10 separate websites, they all say roughly the same thing, and you have no idea who to pick, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, I've done some statistics for like looking at percentages of call through rates, where people go to your website and, okay, how many people contacted us, whether it's picking the phone up or doing a booking form or what have you not, and typically less than 0.25%.
That's it.
And that's just an inquiry.
I think that reactive is stuff that we should be doing. We should have a website. It gives us like some credibility. We should have an email sign up on there. It gives us some credibility. We should stick some videos up and hit and hope, like going to the golf driving range and wearing a blindfold, right? Expecting to be Tiger Woods. Like hit and hope reactive digital media marketing is good. We can get results from it if we're lucky. However, it's definitely in the luck category. So where I think we should focus, David, is on what you call active digital media marketing or social media marketing, because really that's where we bring control back into our world and we start to use the platforms to have conversations with people that can be clients in our time, our space, and our control. So David, talk to me about active for a second. What is your version of active?
Well, There's a slight overlap here, actually, because I just want to put a little nudge on email marketing and review testimonials and video marketing, because they can all go in the reactive sort of area. Because if you're trying to get people to sign up to an email, they might only respond to you not now, but it could be 72 hours time. It could be 6 months time. And if you get people out there to go and get reviews and things like that, you don't know when people are going to pick the phone up. And the same is with video marketing as well. You can do a video, but you don't know when that person is, when it's going to be seen. However, when you look at the website, the email marketing and video marketing, you can supercharge it. You can supercharge it so it's proactive. But that would be with something like paid ads. But what you've got there then, Rob, is you've got two different areas we need to look at. The quality of the paid ad, which is one thing. Will people click on it? And how much does that cost? And then going through to what are they going to see next, whether it's the website, whether it's a form of email marketing, or whether it's a form of video marketing. We need to be skilled enough so that person goes, oh, right, I like this ad. I'm motivated to go to wherever you're going to send me next, video, email, website, motivated enough to be able to take action when I'm on that site. And that is a whole new skill set. You've probably passed your Series 66 or your Series 7, put a serious amount of work in. That is a serious amount of work. But Rob, when you get into marketing, people do 3-year college degrees on marketing. And then when they get into work, they're only learning their trade. So the real proactive marketing that you can do, the real proactive marketing, Rob, is getting in front of somebody face to face.
That's it. And I think that a financial advisor's business, book, or practice, whatever you want to call it, is the success of it is directly linked to the quality and quantity of conversations that you can have out there. Now, one of the things that we try and do is be too clever, is that we try and niche down the initial conversations that we have with people into something very narrow and go, oh, well, David doesn't look like he could afford what I want to sell. Therefore, I don't want to talk to him. The reality is, however, by ignoring a David, as an example, is what you actually do is you ignore David's network at the same time. And David will know people who earn substantially more than him, substantially less than him. He'll have uncles, aunts, a wife, children, so on and so forth. And so by getting so clever in our quantity of conversations, what we actually do is deny opportunity.
Correct.
Right? But David, how do we go and start to have those conversations online to get somebody to come and say, yes, I'd love to have a coffee with you, be it on Zoom or Google Meet or face-to-face or something else like that? What are some ideas you've got?
Well, that's a really good question. I just want to laser in on what you've said there, just to make sure it's completely apparent for everybody that's watching. We're not trying to drive people here to a website. We're not trying to drive people here to a video. We're trying to drive people into having a phone call with you. And especially in the early days as well, Rob, when we're getting into sales and marketing, and you might be experienced in sales and marketing from a different field, but this is your new field. So we've got a whole new bunch of trials and tribulations. And the best way that we can learn our trade from a sales and marketing point of view is by listening to these people. So how can we do it on social media? Well, be careful. If we're hanging out fruit like this, that's okay, but we need to understand how our time is divided, Rob, because during the day we've got quality time, what I like to call the real estate, prime real estate time, where we can go out there and do our most valuable work, and then we've got the time when people aren't really available to you. So if you look at your marketing strategies and whatever you do, you really want to be trying to be speaking to people when they're available to speak.
I think there's that. And I think there's also being very conscious about how you come across when you use digital platforms, or in fact in any platform, right? So an example of active digital media marketing is what I would call cold calling or cold spamming people on LinkedIn. People you don't know anybody they know, have never met, and you just go and direct message them, right? Out of the blue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. what you got to think about with that is, can that work? Yes. I mean, you're going to have to send a lot of messages to get some responses. But how does the consumer view you? Now, I've done the research on this, and I know that used car sleazy salesman is how the consumer views you, because you're just cold calling, right? You're degrading yourself as a professional. What we actually need to be able to do is find a way of striking up a conversation with somebody where we can ask them a question and they go, oh, could you help me with that? Can I have some of your time, please? And I think we have to think about how it is we want to come across as a professional as we're doing this.
I completely agree with you. One of the ways, Rob, that I like to sidestep being viewed as spam is by being unique in my message. Now, how do they know that I'm unique in the message? Okay, I could change it from hello, Rob, to hello, David, to hello, Sarah. But even then, people can go, oh, it's a bit of a copy and paste that, isn't it? So there's a few things that we can do. Two things that really spring to mind. Number one, don't overcomplicate the language, because the more the language looks complicated, oh, there's actually three things I can think of. As soon as the language gets complicated, they go, oh, this looks, oh, I don't want to read it. It looks a bit spammy. That over there. Number two, don't try selling. You know, I do this for you. I do this for you. I do this for you. Spam, gone. Number three, if you can do a 30-second video to them. Hi, Sarah. It's David here. And then all of a sudden, just in those couple of seconds, they go, oh, right, okay. This message is for me. This is from some guy called David, and it's been personalized to me. What are you going to do? You're going to listen to it. But then it's the quality of the message afterward, and and what's said in that message. And Rob, you and I were speaking yesterday about a particular client of ours, and we looked at their social media, and every single post, unwittingly, is an ad.
That's it. So if we think about this logically, I do want to give something practical away. The platform you choose to use needs to be relevant to the customer. So if you want senior white-collar executive corporate workers, LinkedIn is a great place to hang out, right? If you want entrepreneurs, and this is just maybes because you'd have to know more about your client, but maybe a TikTok or a YouTube or an Instagram is a better place to hang out, right? If you want an older generation, 45 plus, maybe Facebook is a place to hang out, because a lot of people in their early 20s don't engage in Facebook, right? So choose the right platform. The next thing is, can you engage in a comment or typed conversation with somebody before you DM them, right? They put up a video and on TikTok, for instance, and you go make a comment and go, I really love this. I'd love to hear more about it, right? Why is that important? Because then when you send them a DM, they're like, oh, I just heard from that person. They just commented favorably on my post, right? So we're going from a cold, stone cold message, a DM, into something that's a little bit more warm, right? Something that's more likely to be engaged with. And then we can go and use what David suggested, a 30-second video. Now, that's a really quick version of a strategy, but strategies like that really, really work when you understand your client base, what they actually care about. And I'm going to tell you now, they don't care about investment, retirement, and life insurance, right? They do, but if they was out of hierarchy, the hierarchy of what they care about, those things that most of us have as products to sell or to represent, are quite low down on their hierarchy when they think about their money.
Yes,
right?
I want to go out for the weekend and go to a really nice restaurant with my wife, and I want to buy the best sporting activity possible for my son, and I want to go and get my Jaguar polished. And they're the priorities for me. Something, nice new black shirt.
That's it. Now, people have other priorities, right? They may well be worried about an amount of unsecured credit cards, store debt, personal loans, and whatever else. That may be a concern, and it's a concern for about 60 to 70% of the population of North America. So maybe that's the thing you could talk to them about. But the tip is this. The moment you talk about your product is the moment you lose.
Correct.
The moment you offer legitimate advice and a shoulder to cry on, or somebody to talk to about something they care about, is the moment you secure the meeting. So David, I just want you to close off for me about this digital marketing. You've been doing this for 20 years. You've generated hundreds and hundreds, if not millions of dollars worth of money for yourself personally out of digital and social media marketing. What's one thing people should leave today's conversation with?
Oh my. Thank you for putting me on the spot. I like to go back to right back to the very beginning, and I've written it down here: volume, consistency, and commitment. And you tie that together and measuring it. You see, if you go out there and you're just throwing something out here and you're throwing something out there, and fingers crossed and see if it works, it won't. It really won't work. Now, we've been talking about digital marketing, digital strategies today, and this is like an electronic door-to-door sort of scenario. We're literally door knocking, but in a more convenient way for us and for them. Measure what you do. Now, you might decide that you are going to try and target people who you know. When I say I mean who you know, I'm not talking about friends and family. I'm talking about people from your old job. So let's just say that you used to be a production manager, or somebody that used to work in human resources or something like that. Fantastic. It gives you some form of talking point. I'm not going to go into that right now. But if you target those people and that type of people, how many of those people can you send a message to today that's relevant to them? And how many people are coming back to you? And then how many proper conversations are you having about with them? I say proper conversation. I'm talking about in direct dialogue right now, ideally on a video or over the telephone. The third level down is when they're messaging you back instantaneously. Not I'm messaging now and I'll message you later, because when you message people on LinkedIn, it's a little bit like email, isn't it? You'll send a message now and you'll get an email back, I don't know, 6 hours later or something like that. Measure, 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 measure. Find some, so I'm not really giving you two things, not just the one thing there, Rob. Go out there, find a group of people who you can speak to about a particular subject. So for me, years and years ago, I used to work in recruitment in my early 20s. I could go out there and go and speak to recruitment consultants. What can I say? It depends what they're writing. If you are going to go on, the white collar executive on LinkedIn, and you're going to target recruitment consultants because they're the people that you used to work with years ago, look at their posts, look at what they're writing, and then message them on that and engage with them. Oh yeah, I used to do that in recruitment as well. Ouch. How do you overcome that? Or whatever. Just get into that conversation with them. How many of those can you have a day? And how many are resulting into proper conversations like this, where you can say, hey, do you know anybody that might be? Measure.
Fantastic. So David, thank you for that. If you are a financial advisor, planner, registered investment advisor, fiduciary, any of the above, and you are still lost with regards to how to use digital media for your marketing to find leads and clients in your business, I'd encourage you to drop us a line. You'll find our links everywhere. And get in touch. Ask the questions you need to get answered. Thanks for your time. Be awesome. And thank you for serving the world as you do. Bye-bye.
Thank you.